people of class, I come to you today with not just one, not just two, but three figures for review. And I'm doing three because I don't feel like, nor do I want to review each of these individually. They are beautiful in their own way, and I think that they should be expressed together. And I'm going to start with the G.I. Joe Action Soldier, mainly because this was the first guy I saw when I went to Walmart with my dad, and I remember saying, I don't really like it, or I can't get behind it, and I kind of regret doing that, but at the same time, at the price that this dude and the other two are at right now, kind of happy because I got him for a discount. And looking at just what he comes with in the box, I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, of course, you can always ask for more, but just base packaging in turn to something like a Marvel Legends figure or something else that come with, oh, look at me with a change of hands, or like Venom, where he has multiple things, but multiple guns, a new head, camo, and a bunch of other stuff you can play with. It's amazing. For the art style, I mean, this is typical Joe. I grew up watching G.I. Joe in the background with my dad watching it because he grew up on it. And I saw toys that he grew up on it, so all I can say is that this screams G.I. Joe in military. I mean, of course, updated Joe in military, but still, this is a fantastic piece of figure art. I have to say, I love the tactical map. I love that. I mean, yeah, it's there, but it blends in so nicely. It's just that G.I. Joe remembers its roots, remembers who it is, and remember who it's based off of, and uses that to its advantage. Of course, there is one small thing I'll get into that is just the mass manufacture thing, but other than that, my gosh, man, I love it. Before we get into the figure, I have to say that when would you ever imagine Hasbro, Marvel Legends, Black Series, or anyone to release a whole figure with this many weapons for something less than $60 just for these? These alone from McFarlane or whatever would be $20, $30. Now imagine that you also get a backpack, satchel, a new head sculpt, a handkerchief, walkie-talkie, and everything else included with this, all in the base price for under $40, which I understand. 40 bucks is not something to scoff at, not something to say that, oh, you know, this is manageable for everybody. In the grand scheme of things, if you were to spend $40 on one semi-realistic military figure, I'd rather you spend it on G.I. Joe than a third party, because at least this is a real licensed product that you can get at Walmart. At least this is something real, tangible, that will actually get your money back in due time if you keep it in the box. This is something that has actual sense to keep in the box, or to play with your own because of everything that you get. Into the figure itself, without taking anything off, changing anything, who in the right mind would have thought that these toys would have had stitched on pockets, and great looking pockets, and a great sense of camo, great posability from what I can see. This is my first time taking it out of the box, and yes, this is cheap polyester whatever, but it flows nicely, it drapes on them, it actually has a little bit of weight, so it's not just crumpled up. It kind of works like a real cloth, and then if you bunch it up, I mean, it has the wrinkles in it. It's not a perfect piece of thing. There's a little see-through. Obviously it's printed on, but then again, you can see the sew marks, you can see the work that they put into it. You can actually put, again, something into the pocket, which I say is like, oh, okay, if you're gonna add a pocket, at least let us use a pocket, and they are. It's amazing. I can see that, yes, the satchels, which do work like this in real life, believe it or not, and no, they don't stay on perfectly like they show in the movies, TV shows, comics, or whatever. No, it seems cool and tactical to wear all this stuff until you actually have to wear it, and then when you're lugging around a 15 to 20 pound thing, you suddenly realize why people in Call of Duty or other games are so dang slow. But moving beyond that, I have to say that the sheer amount of detail, the just literal, I don't recommend doing that. Pop off the head and do it. It's more safer. I mean, even the pose. Most people, when they wear this stuff, cannot put their arms down all the way to the side. You're pinching the nerve, you're pinching the vein. It's just highly uncomfortable. So I understand why the arm pose like this. Detailing on the actual body is outstanding. But okay, to get past that, head articulation going up and down, has a lot of range. Is it perfect? Can it do everything you want? No, but you can do enough. Going around as a beautiful, nice, simple, strong ratcheted butterfly joint. And then a ratcheted shoulder. Oh my gosh, dude, this guy just feels solid, smooth, crisp. I mean, you can hear it. Shoulder joint. Tight biceps that aren't ratchet but are just tension, and there is no pin, so it's very smooth. Double joints without a problem, and they can go further than that. I'm too lazy. And then as a swivel, a very tight swivel at the wrist, so no fear of it dropping the weapon. And then for ab, it has some, but of course the body armor prevents it, but it does have rotation without a problem. I would say the legs or the hips are feeling loose, but that's easily fixable. I think this is it's a drop down joint. If you put in some joint tightener right into that spot in there, you'll be fine. Going up, wonderful. You do have to rotate a little bit out to get as much as you want. That's not a problem. Splits, wonderful. Going back, the butt is squishy, so you can get a very good amount. The knee bend, tight, but with small ratchets. Interesting. Second joint, also ratcheted. I think 4, so you can get various positions. Ankle rotates, and the foot pivots up and down. Very, very nice. And just to show what it looks like with a little bit of a different kit, you got this big pouch, you got another walkie-talkie that you can put on. So of course this isn't the only variation, it's just I'm getting him ready to put on the rest of the weapons and stuff, but this is just simply beautiful. I'm still amazed at the fact that this dude, even though yes, still 40 bucks is a bit much for the price, it is, in my opinion, worth the price. And to go over the weapons, I have seen some people say that these are the same weapons that have been released with other Joe figures, but honestly, in my opinion, I mean, I'm cool with it. From being in military background, we all have the same weapons. We all have the same clothes. We're just different sizes. So the fact that they have the same weapons, I don't have that big of a problem. That is the pistol. And then for this, you have a removable magazine, which detailing on it, not that great. But I mean, I can clean up, make it actually look like a pistol's coming out of there. I will have to say, do be careful. I'll pop this out of the box. I already saw that it was warped. So when I tried to pull it out, right there, it got a little bit stressed, but oh well. And then you have the angle foregrip that you can actually move, and the double barrel with great detailing that I really think that if you just primed it, got some gunmetal, and then painted this like an M4, M16, this would look amazing, which I'm actually thinking of doing. I have to say that this is also an amazing, the fact that they included it, I'm gonna be saying that a lot, just mind-boggling, is awesome. The magazine comes out, the buttstock is warped, which isn't the biggest problem, but I mean, some people are obviously gonna be mad about that. And lastly, the freaking cannon. The only really parts building that you have to do is feed this in, but it's literally as simple as that, and I'm happy that it is a separate piece, and it is awesome. It comes with its own tripod that you can move around with. You're not stuck in one position. And the bar unfortunately doesn't move. These don't really do much. They're just rubber pieces, so it slides in the hand easier. And you can get a very, very good variety of poses in here. Of course, it would be cool if these little bullets can fly out, but oh my gosh, imagine managing all of those. That would be a pain in the butt. And I have to say that him with the assault rifle is most likely the most basic pose that people are going to be getting him into, and do be advised, the hands are very, very tight for some reason. I don't know why they are, but getting the guns in the hands, I recommend you not to go any further than that. Or if you're actually going to work a little bit, cut the finger out a little bit so that you can actually slide the finger in there, because the way that it is now, it will actually warp the plastic to put the finger inside the trigger. And if I was to ever leave him posed on the shelf, I would gladly leave him posed like this, because the simple fact that he can do this is amazing. Yes, they did have to remove a few pouches on the front, and some of the pouches are falling off just because I'm messing with them, but other than that, he can hold this and everything on them pretty dang well. Just do be advised again of the hips. Once you put him down, make sure he is placed well and strongly. Then he will be able to do whatever pose you want without a problem. And in terms of him manning the cannon, he can. I do not suggest you to put whatever handles into the hands, because they are rock hard, and you will stress and most likely break the plastic off of the figure. And it does show on the box that this is supposed to be a different color and some other things are supposed to be a different color, but again, I feel like the best part of this is that it is such a mute color that you can easily prime it, do a little more painting detail or drilling these holes out so that you can get better fats, but all up to you. The last thing I want to say on this guy is how he just screams the basic military guy that so many people, especially my generation or who grew up with Call of Duty, just wanted to be. There is so much playability, so many options, so many factors that you can be just this one figure. It reminds me of what G.I. Joe represents. The fact that these guys can be you, that you can be this, that you can do something and you can join the military. Of course it's propaganda, but I mean, it works for me. And for the next Joe, we have a female sniper, which for some reason when I was looking online, she's not really that popular. She's actually the lowest cost in one of them all, and some people even out of bots are selling it for less than $18. I don't get why people are doing it. Maybe because, you know, they actually wanted a male instead of a female, which I understand, but also I kind of like it. I'm just happy we got a sniper, and then with the female we get a smaller build so she can fit into the poses better. So I'm just for it for the poses, but I understand if some people wanted the other sets for other reasons. And the Marine Sniper, just like the infantry soldier, comes with a plethora of accessories. She comes with a very highly detailed sniper that is a little bit warped, but of course that's just because of the quality of the plastic. A small Uzi, which actually in the hand, the actual size of it isn't necessarily small, but nothing really comes out of it. You get a knife, which is, again, as I will say with all these figures, you could easily make something great out of them if you just primed and painted. Another SMG, which I really do like the look of this one, has a nice handle. A pistol with a silencer that I've heard some people complain about as well, but you know, I love it. Even if they are just recycling it. Again, it's military, we always recycle the same stuff. Sniper also comes with a silencer of its own. I think the coolest accessory of this whole thing is a sniper carrying case. I don't know why I love it, but the simple fact that you can store the whole sniper being camo with a backpack and all this other stuff is just outstanding to me. Not to mention the actual cape is really well put together, and it is not a cape that is, or a ghillie suit, excuse me, it's not a ghillie suit that falls apart that, oh, if I prick this then low quality mesh will come out. No, it is all sticking together. It is a really well made piece of fabric. Lastly, she comes with a different head sculpt, which I'm very happy they included a red head. It is very rare that I see a red head action figure unless she's like Scarlett Johansson or something else, and I just love this. And then with the backpack, just a little bit of detail, just even a wash on this. Wash and then the matte coat would make this and all the detail in here just pop. And looking at the figure herself, I have to say she looks amazing. She has an amazing head sculpt with amazingly detailed hair, a bandana that doesn't really have paint bleed. I mean, yes, there is a molding line there, which unfortunately kind of distracts, but it's not terrible. I mean, the paint on here is much better than even Marvel Legends figures, especially going to this radio. There is no real paint bleed that goes beyond it. There's no, I mean, what kind of quality control is that? And then the sticker on the side or the decal is nicely printed. There's no scuffing, there's no damage. A little bit of green up here on the pocket. This is an amazing figure. The molding on here is just outstanding as well. There's no real gripes I have on this other than, of course, wash it, paint it a little bit more, then boom, it's just gonna make the money that you spent on this girl or guy or whoever you get just wonderful. Also the leg muscle sculpting, the shins are my favorite piece of armor on her. It makes me want to cosplay them myself. Then the shoes are highly detailed. Gosh, I see why why G.I. Joe is so popular and has so many characters, because there's such a rich diversity of stuff to do. There's so many things that you can change, so many options that you can go with, that this is just an unending plethora of imagination. Putting her into her first pose, I have to say that she just looks so natural. I don't know what to say. This looks so good, and with what she comes with, everything can be used. And the best part is that she can hold her gun and her hand is not so hard that it's risking breaking the gun putting it into her hand. The range, the detail in her hip, ability to just close the walking and then to open it in case you want to sprint, the ab rotation, everything, because she's on a smaller frame, she has more range. I love it. I understand that of course people are gonna disagree, but all I can do is give this girl praise. I mean, the only thing I don't like is the collar, how it moves with the neck, but other than that, jeez, man. Now the great thing is that she can dual wield her weapon or her SMG, so better than the Marine infantry in some ways, but not that much. And I do really recommend that with this head sculpt to not put on the ghillie suit or the backpack. So if you really want some intricate poses, I only recommend the red head, which I will show shortly. She can also pull some amazing poses dual wielding either a knife, SMG, a pistol, or whatever. I spent a little bit trying to get the figure into this pose, and is it bad? No, it's just that because of the peg on the back of this thing, it really messes with the actual flow of the character. And if you wanted to, you could peg it on the back, but I might just cut that off. I mean, shoot, even the backpack itself doesn't really sit comfortably on either of them. It's very out there, which, I mean, if you're cool with it, if you can hide it, then go ahead, but for me, nah. One little tricky and a little disgusting thing, but I'm very happy they did it, is to swap the heads and you slide on the other one with a little bit of finesse. Voila. And I love the transition. It is very, very clean, very clear. I mean, it fits perfectly over the head, even with the earmuffs, so that was a beautiful transformation. I'm very happy to say that she can two-hand it and get in a pose to where she can actually sit on the ground and do it. She can't really move forward any more than this, but thanks to the articulation, drop down hips, you can get, it's something that a lot of toys can't do. And no, you can't really get, well actually, you can get her arching up quite a bit. If you manage and play with her just a little bit more, you can get the actual laying down pose. No, she can't look all the way up, of course, because of her hair. If you chop off that a little bit and put in a pin to rotate the ponytail, this would actually be able to go a little bit more further. I'm trying to get the ghillie suit on comfortably, but because of this girl's hair and the bandana, it does not sit comfortably. I know the promotional pictures say otherwise. With it sitting up on top like this, it just doesn't look natural, and I do not want to pose my girls with them. I would rather buy a whole nother set, chop off the hair, and probably glue this to both their heads in some way so that I can have one with a ghillie suit, one without. And last but not least, I have the Halo Action Jumper Pilots. So this one is a little controversial to me because of the parachute, but luckily it comes with a parachute and of course a plethora of things to play with. Now on the back, with the Hazmat jet that actually was made a while ago, so if you have that, now you have somebody to go with it. What you get with this guy is amazing. You get a really big backpack that's supposed to be for the parachute, an air filtration mask, you get an amazing helmet for when you pop down to the ground, night vision goggles that you can slot easily into the helmet like so, a pilot's helmet that has drop down goggles, which I do wish that they were see-through, but you know, ain't that bad. It's not the end of the world. Other than that, you get a assault rifle with a silencer, a assault rifle without a buttstock, so pretty much an SMG. And lastly, you get a grenade launcher with a removable clip, and again, stunning detail. I'm not gonna take the parachute out because it seems like a very delicately placed thing inside. I don't want to rip off the tape, that's gonna damage the back or detail the bot, so I'm just gonna leave it in. But anyways, here is what the figure looks like in his pilot outfit, and I have to say that this is awesome. I'm not a fan of the giant backpack because it serves no purpose other than to put in that parachute. If you made it half the size it is, I feel like that would be a better representation of a parachute backpack. But other than that, I mean, it's only a small little grape. I love the head camera on top of the helmet. The goggles really do move, so you can kind of see inside if you position the helmet right. The mask fits and plugs into holes wonderfully. Wraps around to the back without a problem. Of course, does it limit posability? No, but it does kind of want to pop out, which it's not that big a deal. Pistol sits in nicely. Same with the knife. I mean, the detail all around him, just like the other guys, splendid. If you put on the wash, the detail would pop out like crazy. Also, the altimeter is amazingly detailed. But other than that, it's just an amazing figure. The joints are very tight. Some of the ties I've experienced out of 3. The butterfly joint is awesome, and the shoulder, you can hear it. I'm kind of good. I don't really want to pose this guy too much, but this is definitely shelf piece. Oh, and then there is this little belt, but mine got warped in the package. As you can see, this got bent the other way it was supposed to, so fortunately I can't really close that belt loop, but it's not that big a deal. And can he kind of grab his backpack? No, unfortunately not. He can't pull it out in front of him. He can just, oh my gosh, all the joints are stupid tight. Okay, so I'm not really gonna pose him. I'll put the guns in his hands and show you what it looks like. I promise you, I tried to get him in a pose that seemed natural, but unfortunately the giant flak jacket, I mean, if this was removable and he had something smaller underneath to where his helmet could even fit on properly, and I tried to get the night vision goggles on or the other goggles on I showed, but they just won't work, unfortunately. So he's really just a pilot. He's really just a pilot figure. I hope you guys realize I'm saying this about my own. All of them have different tightness levels. This guy's ties female was the smoothest, while the Aquamarine was the most playful. Just be cautious. Luckily, this guy has sugar fingers so that he can actually, you know, hold his gun properly without needing any help. And that is going to be it for my review of the G.I. Joe Action Infantry Marine, Sniper, and Pilot, or a Halo Jumper. And for ranking, I have to say that, of course, this guy goes first, she goes second, and the pilot goes third, just because he's the basis, she grows off of it and is a female figure, and then he's good. It's just that, of course, a pilot can't really be that posable. He's just supposed to sit in a plane, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a nice day. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Peace.